ABC Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs. And the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson now. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
Check 59. No. We ain't giving them nothing to check. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Mike 5'9". Mike 5'9". Switch up. Tight go.
Now Jackson on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, Jackson. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. To throw again is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Kyle Van Noy. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 8-yard line.
Here's Hunt. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Down.
Option run here for Taylor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 39-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 30. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now they try the right side here. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Running back. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's
no score after 1 on EA Sports. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike, 55. Check, 50. Yeah. Right.
They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left. And he's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Baltimore.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st and goal at the...
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Short of the goal line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And they let the fullback try and take him home. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Hunt. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Taylor, they'll go screen here to Hunt. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. He finds an opening past the 40. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First down, Miami.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 63 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. It almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket, maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action with Jackson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
We got 15. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. All right, baby. All right. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Let's go, baby. Return.
To throw again. Taylor. Another throw for Galladay. This one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Brings up second.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Parker unable to get that one, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Humphrey on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
4th down.
No move to pull the offense. Taylor's going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Taylor. Going up top. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
The kickoff for Baltimore.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. On the option, here's Taylor. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw on 3rd down, Taylor. Dancing to his left. Throwing deep for Galladay. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 49 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing deep for Galladay. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
55, right there in the middle, 55. 13. Check.
Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Shaq Lawson, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
I'm here all day. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Exit.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
You know what? Why don't you just
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 54 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now Taylor on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Jackson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Mike the 59. Hey, I'm coming on. He's checking. Crash. Mike's 59.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Taylor to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Solomon Thomas drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Lurkin. 53. Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. This out, baby. That's baby out. Let's go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the
you got to feel it. Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Dolphins nothing.
Sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
The Ravens 32-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
At the 44-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
3rd and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away.
55, right there in the middle, 55. Hey, come on out here, come get some. Come get some, come out here, come get some. He don't want it. Middle. 55 is my guy, 55.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And the pressure gets to him again. Solomon Thomas able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it's 3rd down.
Mike 17. Come on, boy.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. It's a big play here for the Dolphins on 3rd. 41 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
17's Mike. Mike 17. 17, go.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it
free from his grasp.
And this one is right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. To throw is Taylor. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Parker. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
Now Taylor. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, now Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs.
Today's final score.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.